Hey everybody, it's Rosara again. I'm going to put my stats in the description box because it doesn't make sense for me to keep saying them if they really don't change that much on a weekly basis when I post a video. It takes a while for it to drop. If I could find that sheet where I had done how many inches I was back in, even if it was a year or two ago, I will tell you how many inches I've lost. I do remember that on my waist I was 57 inches and on my chest I was about 55 inches. Um, but when I find that, I will make a separate video letting you guys know because I know some people had asked if um how many inches have I lost, and I haven't measured myself to indicate to people how many inches I've lost. But I wanted to come to you today because something happened to me, and I thought it would be really interesting for you guys to know. And basically, apologize to all the gentlemen who is viewing this. Might be some TMI for you guys, but actually, it might help you with your spouse. So, it's about my period. I've noticed that many people call it Shark Week. So I am 45 and I am about somewhere between 5 feet 2 and 5 feet 3. And I had weight loss surgery April 2016. The rest of the information you'll see in the description box as far as the stats. But I remember when I first got my period, I must have been like 9.5, I think I was, or 10.5, something like that. And I had no way of knowing that I was going to get it because I had no symptoms other than I woke up one day and there it was. Um, Thank God for the school system and me having a lot of women in my house. I already knew how to take care of that. But it was funny because at 12 years old, I experienced some very, very difficult monthlies to the point where I was very, very sick. I couldn't leave the house. I was going through some excruciating pain, times where I couldn't even move out of bed. Swellingness in my back, and the heat would be like radiating from my back and my lower abdomen. When I was around 21 years old, I saw a specialist, and it was explained to me that what I was feeling was actually considered labor pains. And the reason why I was having these severe agonizing pains because I have developed some cysts in my ovaries, and when they would separate, um, that was where the agonizing pain was coming from when they would separate. So to avoid any more cysts developing and all of that happening, they put me on birth control. And unfortunately, both of my daughters inherited that from me. So um, they're being medicated so that they can have an easier time than I did at their age. And so during the years that I was taking birth control, my periods were beautiful, nice, clockwork. It was amazing. I knew when they were coming. I also knew there were minor cramping. Um, I could go to work, I could function, it was fine. And then I lost my job and my insurance with it. And so I couldn't afford to buy the medication. And I was off of the birth control for a few years, and it was agonizing pain. And again, I went back to the doctor, and they said that I had started to develop again cysts. All of these cysts were all benign, so I had nothing to worry about. Um, so my body somehow were able to sometimes get rid of them, and sometimes they weren't. Um, so obviously, I have two beautiful girls, so therefore I was able to conceive and give birth. But after I gave birth, I was told, oh, and this is like a wives' tale, the older you get, easier it gets. In my 20s and 30s, I still was agonizing. After I gave birth twice, I was still agonizing. My husband and I did not live together before getting married, so he didn't know the level of pain that I was in. I would just tell him I didn't want to go out. And then when we got married and he and I moved in together, he got to see how bad the pains were. And so, um, after I gave birth to my youngest, um, I experienced the worst pain ever. Um, and I had started gaining some weight, and the more weight I gained, the worse I noticed the pain was. Now, when I decided to have the weight loss surgery in April of 2016, I wasn't thinking about my period. I was just thinking about I want to be able to walk. I want to be able to have a normal life. I want to be able to live longer, to be with my girls, um, have a more active life. And it was funny because after surgery, when I got out of surgery, I started my period. And I thought, damn it, the only good thing about this is that I can't tell if the pain I'm having is from the surgery or from the menses. But oh well, what the hell? I'm medicated. I don't care. Um, and then the following month, I started noticing that I was late, that I was early another month, and then another time I had skipped a month, and then another time um it came maybe for a day or two. So it was kind of weird. But now that I am closer to my 1 year anniversary, I decided to look back at my app. I have an app, it's called Period Tracker, just to see. Um because I started noticing this month and last month that 7 days before I get my period, I am starving. Any other time, for me to feel hunger, it's since surgery, it's not there. It's just like head hunger. So I'm starving. I am starving. And so what I'm craving to have is either sweet or salty. And what I've done is I'll take like a pineapple and suck on it for a while. For salty, I'll take those crackers that have a lot of salt on it, suck on it for a while to see if that'll get rid of the feeling. So that's how I've been able to maneuver. This month, however, I was craving almonds. So I went and got some almonds and just started chewing one at a time, but it was missing something. So I was like, oh, something's missing. Something's missing. And my daughter says, hey, mom, what are you craving? I said, I'm craving almonds, but you know, just crazy idea. Is there any way you can find me almonds that's covered with chocolate? And so she's like, oh, yeah, I can find that for you. And she found me the biggest Hershey was it Hershey almond chocolate? Um, and I'm like, I'm not gonna eat all that. Not only do I not want to eat all that, I also, shouldn't be eating all that. So, they have these little bars where, you can break them off. So I broke off three and I just said, just take the rest. I kid you not that when I placed that first one in my mouth, it was like just heavens opened up. It was so amazing. And it immediately took away the craving. It took away the odd feeling I was having. Um, thank God I gave her the rest of the chocolate bar back because I wasn't gonna have that. So I did that, and sure enough, I ended up getting my period, and I'm not craving anything at all now. Matter of fact, the all that hunger that I was feeling for the 7 days and all the cravings I was having, it's all completely gone. Um, but I noticed that I am not having the cramping. I am not having the agonizing pain. I am not having the bloatiness. I'm not dying the way I was before. And I talked to my doctor about this because I said, does it have anything to do with the surgery? And he said, no, it's not the surgery, it's the weight loss. Um, you've lost a tremendous amount of weight, and so you're finally, your period is starting to finally be normal for your age. So I was like, oh, okay, that's good. That's not a problem. I just thought I've heard of other women about my age that's around my weight that have told me, oh, it'll get better as you age. It'll get better as you age. I guess this is what it is then. What I also noticed is that this here, from here to about here, okay, known as the hormone area, tons of pimples. So let's see here. This side, I just got rid of those. And so now here and here, I have that pimple. So, um, I hate it. But at the same time, it's just temporary. You know, it's not, no big deal. So, but I thought I'd let you girls know that if you have strong periods and you're battling it, I guess having the weight loss surgery has um, blessed me because now my monthlies are not as severe as they have been in the past, and also not as long as they had been because prior to the surgery and the weight loss, I had like 8 days or 10 days, and it will be like 3 days or 2 days that it was extraordinarily heavy, um, where I couldn't even leave the house those days because it was just horrifically heavy. Whereas now I'll have it for maybe 5 days, and one day it'll be heavy, and not even to the same amount as it was before, but it's heavy. And the rest of the days are just light, and I'm comfortable, and not constantly worried about, oh, did I stain my clothes? When I'm getting up from the seat, I tell my daughter, just check me out and let me know if it's stained, because sometimes it was just horrendously the amount that would be pouring out. Sorry guys for the TMI, but if you stick around this long, this is you know, I just want to be as blunt and as honest as possible with this. And um, I have not had uh, um, any type of surgery to prevent pregnancy, and I'm not using any type of birth control. That's not to say that I'm intentionally getting pregnant. We are not intentionally trying to get pregnant. I know that they want us to, for us in the weight loss community, to make sure that if we wanted to get pregnant, that we wait at least a year and a half before we try. My husband and I will welcome a pregnancy if it should happen, but I am 45. I'm not 25, nor am I 35. I'm 45. I have two teen girls, one who's in college, one who's about to finish high school. I don't want to start over, even though my husband would love to have another baby. You know, being being Hispanic, men tend to want to have that boy, and what we have is two girls. I'm happy, I'm content, I'm okay with it. And if we end up having boys as grandsons, I would be very happy. But that would be when the girls are much older and have lived their lives. But as far as me still having my period at 45, that's normal. I'm not expected to go through menopause for another few years. I am not feeling any symptoms of menopause. I know some of the women in my family have already had hysterectomies because of cancer that has run. Once the females have turned 40, they start to develop cancer of the breast, cancer of the cervical cancer, and also ovarian cancer. So a few of my sisters have had uh, some type of surgery, whether it was to remove a complete hysterectomy or to have partial hysterectomy. Um, and they've been blessed with many children, so it's not like they haven't had any kids, but still, it's not something that I'm facing. But I thought I'd let you ladies know just the change that I've personally felt, and hopefully this will help you um, understand what you might be going through right after surgery, as far as your period once you start losing all of your weight. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. I think I've been babbling on long enough. Thanks. See you later. Bye.